Cryptocurrencies are all the buzz these days. Some of its entities hit the headlines for good and others for awful reasons. Either way, digital currencies are making quite the mark on the financial world at large. Today we'll be addressing Ripple's response to the SEC lawsuit and the continuation of XRP in the market. The most recent dive of the XRP crypto can be attributed to nothing short of the controversial lawsuit filed by the SEC against Ripple. SEC has in the past been observed to be targeting certain cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is the first to be charged with a case of fraud in 2017, but it's not the only one. Lately, the SEC has notoriously halted the launch of Telegram's TON blockchain, and ultimately its Gram tokens. While that case is still barely far from over, with Telegram also preparing to pop up in the appeal court to recontest the court decision that barred the company from launching its smart contracts and its independent crypto, Gram. The SEC has filed another lawsuit against Ripple XRP on the same ground as the Telegram lawsuit. The agency has challenged the legal status of the crypto trading on both cryptocurrencies. This case attacks the credibility of a crypto's foundation. Every crypto tends to start with a private coin offering that helps to establish public interest in the coin. It's then pushed to the public either for free or requires a small amount of money paid as an investment for the value of the crypto at the time. This is usually how most cryptos are offered. However, each crypto comes with the extra perk that distinguishes it from other cryptocurrencies. For instance, Bitcoin can be mined and has about 21 million coin limit as its total possible amount in the world. Ethereum is infinite, while XRP is pre-mined and only about 100 billion, with just 45 billion XRP being circulated. The state of anything being security is also a reflection of the company's policy, whether to release all or more of the company's shares, stock, or crypto. Bitcoin remains the only crypto that is usually being mined using technical equipment, and thus, it's pretty much exempted from this clause. We're not sure how Ethereum's infinity status helps it steer clear of violating the SEC rules, but this kind of eventuality with the SEC bearing its fangs at Ripple XRP can pretty much happen to any cryptocurrency out there. It was always going to be a tad rough when lawsuits like this are filed. Ripple, a renowned name among the top companies in the cryptocurrency industry, announced that the Securities and Exchange Commission was going to file a lawsuit against the company over the alleged sale of unlicensed securities. The action will follow years of debate between the company and the agency about whether XRP, a digital currency developed by Ripple, is a security like a share of stock. Its confirmation as a stock of Ripple means that it should have been registered with the agency, and any transaction that exists before that registration means the operation of the crypto is illegal. Ripple is standing firm because the coin is an entity independent of the organization and is a currency which puts it beyond SEC jurisdiction. In recent years, the SEC has ruled that the two most valuable cryptocurrencies, that is Bitcoin and Ethereum, are not securities. This conclusion was defined because they're decentralized with no person or company in control of them. XRP is different from Bitcoin and Ethereum in that both are minted in a gradual, ongoing process called mining. For XRP, the stakeholders of Ripple Labs created 100 billion units of XRP in 2012 for the operations of the company. While Ripple continues to own the lion's share of XRP, the bulk of its treasury is held in reserve to be sold in scheduled allotments. The board of directors of Ripple is also thought to own a significant amount of XRP. This arrangement has led some observers and the SEC to view XRP as more akin to a company's stock than a currency. Ripple has pushed back aggressively for years on the notion that XRP is a security. The company declared that it does not have the discretion to tap the reserve funds as it wishes, and that XRP has become increasingly decentralized as banks and other merchants use it as a bridge currency in transactions. The issue could be resolved by a federal judge, in a case that would generally have implications for the booming cryptocurrency industry. The SEC recently won a case involving the messaging app Kik, which issued cryptocurrency tokens to its customers. A judge in that case declared the tokens in question were unlicensed securities. The facts of the Kik case, however, are different from those involving Ripple. Kik sold its tokens directly to investors at the height of the crypto bubble of 2017. This was in direct conflict with a directive issued by the SEC that year. Ripple, however, began pursuing business ideas around XRP nearly 8 years ago, at a time when the SEC had offered no guidance on digital tokens. Not that there is any rule on the ground to curtail the measures taken by most cryptocurrencies to attract investors. A similar case was that of Telegram, which was also charged in court for selling illegal securities. All three companies have been put under the knife by the SEC in the United States. Earlier this year, Ripple had been planning to shift base from the United States to another country where it would be able to function without the excesses of regulators such as the SEC. The United States remains the only country that is threatening the crypto industry as its regulatory bodies continually bare their teeth at upcoming crypto on different fronts. Other countries such as Singapore, Switzerland, and Japan have declined to treat XRP as security. The fact that XRP is backed by an American company does not seem to count, as other cryptocurrencies that did not necessarily originate from America seem to have thrived unchallenged. It's becoming increasingly difficult for entrepreneurs and developers to do anything meaningful in the US cryptocurrency industries, with the SEC being just a personality amidst the crop of regulators gunning for the industry. The US Treasury Department is working towards an agenda that will require banks and exchanges like Coinbase to verify the identity of so-called unhosted devices and software wallets that can transact in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Such a move could in the long run reduce the potential of the decentralized community. A decision is expected to be reached within 15 days on this matter. Ripple Labs sees this as an opportunity to stand up for all crypto and not let the SEC bully the entire industry. The first pre-trial conference in the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's lawsuit against Ripple for the sale of XRP has been set for February 22, 2021. Due to the restrictions put in place, Ripple and the SEC will meet over a video call, according to a court order from the U.S. District Court of the Southern District of New York. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the motion and consider the possibility of a settlement outside the court. This will be the first step in a potentially lengthy case. This is the first time the regulator is taking a digital asset issuer with its network to court, though it has sued many Ethereum token issuers in the past. Since the SEC first announced its suit, multiple popular exchanges have announced they are halting XRP trading. Currently trading at $0.21, XRP is down by about 56% since the SEC announced the lawsuit. Coinbase also said it will suspend trading of XRP. It first listed XRP in its retail-facing platforms in February 2019. Starting now, XRP trading will move into limit only. This is pending its full suspension on the 19th of January 2021. The price of XRP on Coinbase fell from $0.28 to $0.24 following the announcement. Since the announcement of the SEC's lawsuit, the price of XRP has fallen by more than 50%. The fate of the cryptocurrency industry very much relies on this case. What would follow could be a major crackdown on some of the world's cryptocurrencies. Ripple's CEO argues that the SEC has no clear-cut rules that were specifically charged towards maintaining a hands-off from the affairs of the cryptocurrency. Thus, it cannot hold any cryptocurrency to ransom on the grounds of being a security. This will be part of Ripple's arguments during the lawsuit. A victory for XRP would be a great win for the crypto industry. In any case, the company can seek a much more welcoming market in countries that are supportive of cryptocurrencies, such as China, Japan, and Switzerland. Thus, only the citizens and exchanges based in the US market will have no access to the cryptocurrency. While this may be a downside, it's not so significant for Ripple, which has the majority of its investors based outside the US. The company can count on the vast community of loyalists that are not based in the US to continue to inspire the growth of the crypto, in case it exits the US market. The current dip in the price of XRP serves as a good opportunity to accumulate more coins into your portfolio. As per the XRP price trends, the experts believe that it will enter into countless partnerships with financial institutions. Throughout this year, XRP might touch the $2 mark. The company has to continue the use of the coin via its payment system. Analysts predict that XRP might surge as much as 2,000%, and they mentioned it could be possible only if Ripple becomes the best choice for cross-border payments by financial institutions. The cross-border transactions account for around $9.8 trillion. Ripple Coin News, the second largest news site based on traffic, predicts that after a bed of thorns, the coming years might emerge as a smooth period for Ripple, as there will be an addition to the partnerships and new technologies, which might surge its price to $8 to $10. It might lead to a high rate of adoption. Very soon, XRP might reach somewhere around $15. This would be a breakthrough for Ripple as an organization and XRP as a virtual currency. While the majority of XRP projections look discouraging, it's important to remember that the crypto market is very dynamic. Its volatility makes it difficult to not only give long-term estimates, but also to predict what the price of a digital coin could be in a few hours. You can't rule out the potential of XRP's meteoric rise from the ashes of this case. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to leave it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. What are your thoughts on the SEC case against Ripple? Let us know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching.